Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And go.
Ah, you caught me off guard.
No, I didn't.
I'm always on guard. Yeah, you did. I was drinking.
On guard.
This is Jerry.
What? This is Gabby.
Ah.
What, is that a new thing?
No, it doesn't do
A new thing.
We've gotten a lot of response from our top 25.
That's because it was fantastic.
It's a good list.
It was a good list. A solid list on both our parts.
And if you'll recall, I asked people to send me their usernames and be a part of the Geek Group app.
I have total recall of that, yes.
Good. So that we could get together, kind of a user/listener, people's choice type thing.
So you say I don't have anything. I don't know how to operate BGG. It's too complicated.
No, it's not. It's very easy.
I don't like it.
Well, there's a difference between it being complicated and you not liking it.
It's not user friendly.
Yeah, it is. Every bunch of users. I don't know what's your
I don't like it.
Well, you just don't like
and
it.
I refuse to accept the fact that it's user friendly.
Oh, you don't have to accept the fact it is user friendly because people use it all the time.
Agree to disagree.
No, it's evidentiary.
My dear Watson.
But I doesn't use BGG for this.
Oh.
As you well know, because you have no memory.
I do have memory.
What did I use?
That other weird app.
That I just said. I swear you don't pay attention. Why don't you stop messing around?
Because I'm trying to keep your levels from peaking.
Well, I wouldn't peak if you didn't trigger me with your end. Just pay attention.
I'm not padded out. How about... Oh, no.
You cut yourself
no,
off.
I did. Okay.
Go ahead and cut yourself off.
No.
We're good. I like that previous setting.
All right. I didn't know I could do that. That would help for a future podcast.
This is a professional.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. You learn something new every day.
Did.
Push that button.
I can mute myself easily.
152 users
helped
us with this list of various statistics.
Oh, we got to pad the stats. Thousands.
And these statistics...
We have thousands.
These statistics are numbers. And I like numbers. I find them sensual. Very.
What's the most sensuous of numbers? I think we all know.
40.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because 40 is the only number that is spelt alphabetically.
Forty. Or is it DY?
40. There's no
40.
D. There's a joke there.
40?
And 1 is the number that is spelled alphabetically in reverse. So how about that?
Huh. Learn something new
So
every day.
40 is the most sensual number.
Sensuous up.
Number 11, I think, is actually the numerology. And that's like the number, isn't it? Pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm not a numerology guy.
Needless to say, 152 users contributed. 152 users. 7,800 games out of their collection were rated. So we have a large pool. And so the way that this list was set up was to be able to help us to kind of determine basically what the top 10 people's choice user favorite type games were. But there were also some very other interesting statistics.
Oh, I love statistics.
I bet you do.
I'm a stats guy.
Do you like Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3?
No.
The 2012 comedy?
No.
About talking dogs?
No.
Starring George Lopez.
Never seen it.
Actually, the voice of George Lopez.
Nor will I see it.
Do you know who did see it?
Eric
Gonzalez. He saw it, snuck out of the home, and watched it.
Snuck out away from Lindsay?
And watched it. Eric Gonzalez, a listener of ours.
Did he think she wouldn't be interested?
Do you know what Eric Gonzalez also did?
No telling. Something dog related.
He asked to be a part of this Geek Group app's analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it clear you have to rate games to be a part of this.
Oh.
So he joined.
Didn't rate nothing.
And rated nothing.
Eric, what didn't you understand?
But he's not alone in this.
No.
And since we're taking the time to throw some hate and to give out the Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 award to Mr. Gonzalez for being somebody who not only joined, but didn't rate anything, and as did Brandon Haynes.
Oh my God, Brandon.
Haynes, have it your way. You can't. If you're not on this list, you have to rate games. Frankie didn't rate anything.
Frankie of the North.
Frankie Lefebvre. Lefebvre.
Did they not understand?
I don't
Apparently
know.
not.
I don't know.
But, you know, sometimes you got to spell it out for folks. And
Well-
you know what? I guess we didn't spell it out. You know what? You're bad
That's that.
because this is your thing.
I told them to.
You
They
told them to-
didn't do it.
Okay. I mean,
Shame. Shame.
shame.
That's like the Western when the guy's riding off on the horse. Shame.
Don't leave shame.
Well, leave. Just leave this. Anyways, so that's one thing I want
It's a
to point
shame
out.
he had to leave.
So out of 152 users, the vast majority understood they had to rate games.
Except for Brandon, Frankie, and Eric.
There you go. The most rated, meaning the person who rated the absolute most games, was a man named Andy Relf, R-E-L-F, Relf.
Sounds familiar.
He rated 1,123 games.
God.
Good job, Andy.
How many did I rate?
I didn't find you on there.
You're friends with me.
I know, but I didn't look for you specifically. I'm only looking at the top users. Mr. Eric.
Wow.
Eric-
What makes you a top user?
You have to be using BGG, which you say is not user friendly.
I'd say that, so I'm not a top user.
You didn't rate enough
Well,
on
how do
BGG.
I have like 300 and something games ranked.
Well, why'd you ask? How many did you rank?
I don't know specifically.
Well, I'm not gonna. I don't know specifically. You're more
Well,
specific.
you're looking at a pad full of statistics. I thought maybe you had me on there. You're a co-host.
No, screw you. Eric
Oh, screw you.
Eric Batan came in second. He rated like 1,000 games. Just right behind this, you know who the other top rater was? Mr. Dan Thoreau.
Oh,
Space Biff. And right behind him, Mr. Bill Jazzer. We know Bill Jazzer.
the Jazz Man.
William Jazz.
Billy Jazz.
If I was going to grow a mustache
Bill Jazzer has jazz hands.
and played the saxophone at a nightclub, you have to have like a stage name.
Mm-hmm. Billy Jazz.
I think Bill Jazzer would be it. Or Duke Silver.
Your initials are JD.
Duke Silver.
JD Jazz.
Duke Silver's the Ron Swanson stage name.
Yeah.
Bill Jazzer.
It's a good one.
That's a stage name if there ever was.
Jazz.
Bill Jazzer.
Cut off the ER.
But he plays blues. Sensual blues. At a night.
All surrounding the number 40 is involved in every song.
Because everyone there is over 40. That's how it is. At this particular nightclub that Bill Jazzer frequents.
Seniors only.
Seniors only. There is a buffet in the
Blue
back.
hairs only.
Buffet in the back. Blue-haired Bill Jazzer.
Closes at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, that. Playing sensual songs.
They start playing. They start their, what's that where you get drinks for cheap?
Happy hour.
Happy hour starts at noon.
Oh, yeah. So when you get off the golf course. So, anyways.
And they serve tea and hot tea and cocoa
I like hot tea.
and milk
The biggest collection,
along with prune juice.
according to the Geek Group app, of the person who claims, I do not know this for a fact, this gentleman named Paul Gelder, like somebody who's been gelded.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no,
he's the gelder.
he's the person who gelds.
He gelds.
Paul, he who gelds,
Better than Paul Geldy.
purports to have a collection of some 2,296 games.
That's a lot.
The person in second place, Preston Patillo, only has 1,500.
Only.
So this guy,
You fell 500 short.
Mr. Gelder, yeah, he's got a lot of games.
He's winning.
I don't know if this is true. Paul, if you're there, send us an email and confirm this. If you can get to your computer because you got games everywhere. And also, Geek Group talks about how many games people purport to have played over their lifespan of being on BGG.
You keep saying purport.
I say purport because I don't know if it's true.
Oh.
It's alleged. And if
Allegedly.
anything I have learned from watching
Purportedly.
the Amber Heard
Oh my
Johnny
God.
Depp trial,
I'm not watching that. Who's watching it?
I'm watching it
Why?
because I like trial and I like drama and I like to see
Who's winning?
Johnny's winning.
Really?
Yes. Amber Heard left a turd on his in their bed.
It's a
So
turd.
it's been quite revealing. Revealing. Revealing.
That's what you find on Avatar. On the planet when you need something revealed. We need some revealium.
Revealium. I was thinking of like what's the guy who was Mal who plays him?
Malcolm Reynolds, Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Revealian.
Nathan
his brother.
Fillion's revealium.
He's an ambition.
Purportedly means as appears or stated to be true, though not necessarily so, allegedly.
So
So it's the same. why are there synonyms?
Why not?
I mean, why are there two words that mean the same thing?
Well,
why don't we just have one word? It seems unnecessary.
Why can't you enjoy variety?
It's unnecessary.
It's not necessarily unnecessary.
It doesn't make any sense.
It does.
I can say something, especially like that word. It's very specific.
Purport.
It doesn't need a synonym. I can use this or allegedly. Yet I never hear in court, you were accused of this purportedly.
Mm-hmm.
They use allegedly.
Right. Because allegedly sounds like it's derogative. Like, you alleged that you were at the taco stand. But if you purport to do something, it's like, it's not.
Did you say purport?
If I'm referring to it, yes, because it sounds less harsh.
I'm going to purport to do something.
If I'm wanting to be harsh, you alleged this. You know what I'm saying?
Continue.
Mr. Philip Marks, and he spells Philip with an F. Purports to have...
Really?
Yes.
See, that's efficient. Who needs a PH?
Not Philip.
I'm with Philip. I bet Philip agrees that we don't need allegedly and purportedly.
6,345 plays.
Good Lord.
Right behind him, our number 2 man, Eric Batan, who was also number 2 in terms of most rated.
Can I say something real quick? When you said you had statistics, I didn't know you were going to just start naming off these random people that no one else knows and just like, Bob Smith has
No, I do have statistics.
Games.
I do have statistics. These are just fun facts.
I thought that's not fun. I want some general, compilation type stuff.
I'm getting there.
Okay, well, are we going to go through everyone first?
No, I'm just talking about some interesting things. Why are you derailing?
Not interesting.
It is too.
No, it's not. I don't care what Bob Smith has.
You don't find it interesting?
I thought we were going to do listeners in general, all together.
We are.
No, you're not. You're going specifically saying
we are.
You're saying Frankie LaFay.
No, I have the list.
Anything.
I have the list.
So far, you've just chided Frankie, Brandon, and Eric.
Yes.
And then you're shaming them with these other guys that have 1,000 games.
This is the banter.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
The one time I start something banter.
It's not good.
I'm bringing out these stats and you're like, I don't like this.
I don't. It's boring.
It's not boring. I'm getting there. People like this.
No.
They listen to you talk.
That would be
for
like
5 episodes.
That would be like somebody saying, Eve Johnson. Who the heck's Steve Johnson? I don't know. She's got 3,000 games. Okay.
Do you know, though?
So what?
People send in birthday wishes of radio shows and it's Sam Johnson,
I know,
62.
That's for that one person.
Well, this is for them.
So, okay, if your name has been mentioned, you better email us and tell us, I was so excited to hear my name on y'all's podcast. Who is your name? Your name Bill Jazzer.
Hey, no, they can listen to it. It's fine. I'm moving on since you got to hurry.
I've never heard of these people you've mentioning.
You've heard of this next one. You've heard of all these people.
I have. Let me see that list.
No, you're not touching my list. The next one Ryan James.
Okay,
Ryan
I know
James
him.
has played over 5,000 different plays, apparently. Mr. James, the leader of the Gateway Network. Oh, congratulations, Mr. James. I heard one of your members of the Gateway Network was recently nominated for the Golden Geek Award.
What I do at the gym.
They did.
Trying to get rid of my little jowls.
You have jowls.
I need some neck
So
work
congratulations to the Gateway Network for finally having a Golden Geek nominee.
I think it's disbanded.
The Gateway?
I don't.
We didn't win, but we were nominated.
And with our loss is the disbanding of the Gateway Network.
We tore it down. We thank you. So, now, last little fun fact for our listeners.
I've yet to have fun.
Well, it's for our listeners, you selfish buffoon.
Well, I have to edit, so I also would like to have fun while I'm editing at least.
Well, you can let these people enjoy their moment.
Okay, continue on.
I swear.
With your list of random names.
So, this list also compared users and found out which users matched the best with other users.
Oh, like a match.com, but with board games.
Yes. So, the top matches were...
here you go.
Jim Crimmins.
Do they have phone numbers?
Jim Crimmins.
Jim Crim, I know him.
You need to get with Brian Lavacali.
I know him.
Yes, they match. They're the top.
Brian Lavacali.
Next.
Lavicali.
The Wolf, Richard Lapino.
Uh-huh.
He matched with Mr. Joel Stibbard, who is the park ranger guy from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he matched with Joel Stibbard.
Oh.
Who would have thought? Sam Rollet matched with Ian Sinclair, which are both really good names. Roller and Sinclair.
My name's Ian Sinclair.
It sounds like a law firm.
My name is Samuel.
They matched. So, enough of that.
James Bond characters.
I'm moving on from, since you don't like our listeners enjoying themselves.
I'm sorry.
They're titillated by this, but no. Next. So, also the person who was least matched with anybody was somebody, Ed. This is funny. Ed.C didn't hardly matched with anybody. He was on the list for the...
So he's playing like these weird games no one's heard of?
No, his rankings were so crazy.
Oh.
The one person he came closest to matching with, myself. So,
you know, that sounds right.
Ed C, reach out. We might be friends. Now, onward to the games and stop talking about people. The most divisive or divisive. Now, there's something that irritates me. It's like schedule and schedule.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
I think it depends on what country you're from. Just like aluminium. Come on.
There's aluminum. Aluminum and aluminium.
Aluminium, schedule.
I think it's schedule.
It's schedule.
Divisive. So I don't like words that can be pronounced.
It's dividing us right now.
It is. So one of the most divisive game amongst our users.
Terraforming Mars.
No. This is the one where they fought back and forth. People either rated it really high and some people rated it really low. Through the Ages is the most divisive game. People either really like it.
Like tens versus ones.
They really hate it. Back and forth. Followed up by a newer game that is also very divisive. Dwellings of Everdale. Eldervale. Old Vales. Elder.
A Geldervale. Maybe that's where he lives.
The Gelder of Evervale.
The Gelder of Eldervale.
He takes care of all the horses in Evervale.
And serves up mountain oysters every day.
So, very divisive.
Just pick one and stick with it. That's what I request.
That's what I would say. Strangely enough, the least divisive games, the games for which our users agree on.
I don't like divisive. Say divisive.
The least divisive games.
Thank you.
That our users...
Eldervale?
No. I just said least divisive.
Listeners of Eldervale.
No.
Hey!
Smartphone.
Okay.
Barrage.
Okay.
Gold West.
So far, these are excellent games.
Mombasa.
Excellent choices, one and all.
I'll say, these are games for which we, of course, have
That's our influence. After they listened to our podcast, they went and played them, and then they realized, you know what, these guys were right.
But I picked out top games that either we have want to play or we've only played, I played one time.
I have want to play in my bones.
So here's want to play. One that our users all agree on.
Wittap.
8.2. Hallertoe? That
Okay.
Hallertau?
I don't know.
You remember it?
I know what you're talking about.
That
Isn't that an Uwe game?
Uwe. It was Uwe. It was rated very high.
You said no way.
Beyond the Sun.
Ooh, I hear that's a good one. I'm really looking forward to playing that at BGG Spring.
Obsession.
I really want to play that one too.
I played it with Bubba and I enjoyed it. Bus.
I hear a lot about that.
Again, so all of them been added to the list. Rated incredibly high by our listeners.
Bus was hard to get, right? But I think now it's available here.
Yeah. So the most loved designer shocked me. Now, of course, the big hitters were on there, but the number one loved designer, meaning that his games out of all of them were rated consistently higher, despite the fact that he's not very prolific. He's got all the games that he has. People rate them incredibly high.
The guy that did Codenames.
No, you're talking about that's not Vital Sir.
Shuddick.
That's Vadal Shavadal.
Vadal Shavadal.
Cole Worley.
Ah, okay. Makes sense.
John Company, which is the second edition, I also ordered when I ordered PAX Premier, which PAX Premier rated incredibly high.
I wonder if he was in school and he got bullied and he was called Cole Swirly.
Maybe. Root. Oath. All of our listeners.
All of our
lovers listening to him. So Cole Worley. Now,
calm down
in
there.
Second place, of course, we had Simon Luciani and Martin Wallace.
There you go.
All those guys. All of our ones that would normally, but Cole Worley surprised me. So, designers that are purported to have the most games in all these collections. The number one, people who have the most of... everybody's got this guy.
Everybody's got this game.
Everybody's got this guy's games.
Oh, okay.
All of his games. So the number one guy doubles everybody else. The number one designer that people have scads of his games is Mr. Reiner Knizia.
Makes sense.
Number two shocked me. Reiner Knizia had 134 games in this collection of users. The second one is a famed Euro designer,
Glenn Drover.
Wolfgang
Amadeus.
Kramer.
Oh.
Of Downforce, 6 Nimmt. Everybody owns 6 Nimmt. Everybody owns Downforce, apparently.
Never played 6 of them. No.
Followed right behind him, less one game, is Martin Wallace. Number 3. Number 4, Prospero Hall.
Huh.
Prospero
Love
Hall
that guy.
makes a bunch of games I did not realize they did. They make a scads of games.
And they're sold at Target.
Sold at Target.
And Walmart.
Number 5 kind of shocked me, and this leads me to my next point. Number 5 of designers that people had the most of, somebody named Joseph Miranda. Joseph Miranda is a wargamer designer.
Oh.
GMT Games, in terms of publishers, makes up a whole lot of people's collection and our listeners, apparently. Our listeners really like Euros, and surprisingly, really, really like war games. I would not have thought that.
I don't know anything about war games other than Combat Commander, which we played once and need to play again. Haven't gone back to. I've had Phantom Leader sitting on my shelf for like 3 years now.
So, greatness. So, down to the top 10. What you've been waiting
Finally.
for.
Jeez.
Don't you like the banter?
It's been a long time.
This was banter. I don't know why it is that when you ramble on and insert stuff, you act like it's gold.
Oh, it is.
It's
gold, baby.
All you do is say what I just said,
No.
and you change it up.
Make it better.
No, you don't.
Make
You
it
just
better.
say nothing.
No.
You say nothing. You contribute nothing.
That's because you know what you said before this episode. I got this.
And I do if you shut up.
Well, let me pull up my list of. Let me just Siri pull me up a bunch of random names. Let me just start going through them. And if a listener connects, my name is John. Oh, that's cool.
People are thrilled by this. People are thrilled.
Why do you keep looking at your phone?
Because I have a fan.
Oh,
I have a
God.
fan. Tyler just texted me.
Tyler, we're supposed to record with you shortly. Hold on.
Hold your horses, Tyler. Our top 10. So,
This I'm interested in.
number 10. Now, I took all
Finally, you have my interest.
So I didn't just go by games that one person rated a 10. You had to have at least 10%. So meaning this had to be rated 15 times by 15 different people.
Okay.
Normally, the way I weighted it, the more people that rate it, the stronger the rating was.
Makes sense.
60 people rated it. There you go. So I gave it higher points for that.
Are you going 10 to 1?
10 to 1.
Okay.
Ready? Number 10. One of your favorite solo games. But the actual board game was the official one that was rated.
Castles of Burgundy.
Castle of Burgundy, number 10. People love
I know.
Stefan
I
Feld,
know.
Castle of
Get ready
Burgundy.
for that ultra deluxeified $150 edition.
There you go. Number 9 is a solo co-op game. Very expensive. Been wanting to play it for years. They say it's complicated, but I have not gotten to play it. Spirit Island.
Oh, yeah.
People love, everybody who plays Spirit Island loves Spirit Island. Solo players apparently just think it's wonderful. Number 8 is actually a combined one because they were both two of the similar games close together. One was a legacy version of it, Pandemic. People really like Pandemic. I like Pandemic. I just don't like co-ops.
It's fine.
You don't play it solo, do you?
I've played it solo.
No, Pandemic's really good. Like it's a good game. I think that a lot of people missed out on the.
I prefer Forbidden Desert.
Oh Lord, no, Pandemic over all that. Number 7.
You know when you count down 987 instead of 789.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's not hungry anymore.
That was very funny. If you were 6 years old, I'm
Solid
sure
go.
Solid go. Number 7, the Splotter game, which I want to give another chance to.
Oh,
Are you going to stop
brain.
making noises
My
so I
brain.
can say it? Do you want me to let you guess?
Food Chain Magnate.
Yes.
I'll edit out those previous 4
No, keep at least 2 in, please.
Okay.
Food Chain Magnate is very much,
Physicum.
very loved.
You can't show that. Okay.
Another one is not a board game. I don't know why it's rated. I don't know how it got in here.
Connect 4.
Crokinole.
Crocodile. It's a dexterity game.
But
That's interesting that many people have liked it and rated it that high.
they really like it.
I don't get that. I mean, I've never I've played around with it at BGG. I'm just not a Flickr guy.
Now, the top
I'm
5.
a Google Photos guy.
Got that one. Android humor.
No, Yahoo bought Flickr, therefore it's dead now.
Yeah, Yahoo's barely hanging on. What's your favorite defunct website? I had one called
Ask Jeeves.
Holy Taco. Was a comedy
Holy
site.
Taco.
Another site.
Board Game Snobs.
Board Game Snobs. Top 5. I'll tell you what. If you want something funny, go to Those Aren't Muskets.
Okay.
Commander Riker once said on Star Trek, those aren't muskets. And a comedy group was formed, and they had a website called Those Aren't Muskets.
Based purely on that one line?
Yes. And they just did a variety of skits, all of them hilarious. Those aren't muskets.
Is it defunct?
Because
we were talking about defunct sites.
Well, nobody goes there except me. I check the traffic. It's just me. But I'm sure if you can find the videos. Number 5, one of my favorite light, and now apparently they even come out with a solo version.
Uno.
Euro games.
Ticket to Ride.
We're not talking about crappy games.
Oh. Ooh.
Concordia.
Look at you. Oh, I really want to play that solo.
Concordia was really liked by our listeners. So much so that I was kind of shocked to see it heads above all these other Euro games. Number 4 is one that I have the entry level, the introduction to it, the Jaws of the Lion. But number 4, Gloomhaven. A lot of our listeners like Gloomhaven. And Gloomhaven and Jaws of the Lion were both rated very highly in the same spot. So it could be either one of those. So I have Jaws of the Lion. Solo players love it. I need to give it a shot. The top 3 were so close, it was hard to really suss out which one was number 1. I did. But this is hair's breadth.
Took a lot of work.
It took a lot of work.
I appreciate your sweating into this list.
Number 3, Barrage.
Wow.
Everybody we say Barrage, they like Barrage. Number 2.
As they should.
Cole Whirly, PAX Premier.
PAX Premier.
People
Second edition.
Love PAX Premier.
Not the first edition.
They're good.
Second edition's better.
It just looks better, but I mean, it's all the same game. Number 1's Brass.
Look at there.
I know, Brass.
You know, I was surprised PAX Premier was on neither of our lists.
I think if I played it more, it would be. As a matter of fact, top 30, that list, I mean, it's there. But our users, our listeners, our lovers, they like PAX Premier.
Well, that's a solid choice. That's a solid list, folks.
I am very pleased with this.
I'm very pleased with our listeners.
I want to play Jaws.
Games.
I want to play Jaws of the Lion. I want to play Concordia, the solo thing.
Hey, Christian, guess what? Anachrony wasn't on that list.
Who? Christian?
Christian.
He goes by Cody. And apparently my rant about Cody's offended him.
Why? Is his name Christian Dakota Solar?
No, but he goes by Cody. I don't know why.
See, that's weird. Cool. See, Gabi is at least derivative of Gabrielle.
Instead of going by Chris, he thought, I'll go by Cody. I mean, what kind of...
That's like saying, my name's Gabrielle. Call me James.
What losers.
No, Cody. Jamie. Call me Jamie.
He's right there with Eric Gonzalez.
Christian. It's the same amount of syllables. Christian, Cody... Now, mine's Gabrielle. I shorten it down to Gabi. 2 syllables.
Yeah, you lost. Yeah, so like you're not doing yourself any favors.
Or just call me G and say, what's up, G? I have some people call me Big G.
Like gravity?
Sure.
That's what Big G is, gravity.
I'm big enough. I could create a gravity well.
You create your own gravity.
But I'm working on that.
You're like a black hole eating itself. I noticed that when I'm around you, time seems to slow down. How old are you? I'm 96. Why do you look so young? I spent hours of my life playing board games with a rotund Chilean.
What do they call that?
That's the time warp.
Dilation. Time dilation.
Which is weird.
Yes.
It's like Matthew McConaughey when he got on that planet
There's time dilation.
Interstellar.
There's gravity dilation. And there's vaginal dilation.
We were on that water planet.
The third one does not affect time in the least.
Why is time moving so slow?
We're up in 2 different conversations.
Seems like time just slowed down, Earl.
Who's Earl? How'd he show up? That's my name.
What was his daughter's name that he was screaming in Interstellar?
Rebecca.
Mo. No. He called her something.
Yeah, I know.
He called her something.
I've seen Interstellar like once, and I enjoyed it. It lost me. I was confused.
It wasn't as good as Lincoln Lawyer.
I was sad that he watched his daughter die of old age. It was weird.
Lincoln Lawyer. He'd get Amber Heard off of this right preacher where she'd be like, "No, listen here.
Phrasing.
That turd. That wasn't you. That is obviously one of your chihuahuas."
You need to learn how to do like the whistle of the...
I lost the whistle.
I'm Lincoln Lawyer.
That's Sean Connery.
But he whistles his S's weirdly too.
Amber, I'm pretty sure that Sean Connery is the one that crapped in your bed.
It wasn't me. I'm dead.
Not Sean.
He's dead, Jim.
Is he dead?
He's been dead.
I keep forgetting that.
R.I.P.
It's probably Roger Moore who did it.
Roger Moore's dead.
Is he?
He's been dead.
If George Lansbury's gone, we're stopping this and lighting a candle.
Isn't that like Lazenby? I think it's Lazenby.
Lansbury?
That's Angela's husband.
It was.
He
You're
was the one
right.
order-
It's Lazenby.
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 Yes.
My God, I feel like an idiot.
Well,
I've been mispronouncing his name for so long. Why didn't they tell me?
who's the fool now?
Next I know about Jim Dalton, I mean,
You're the man now, dog. What is that off of?
Chihuahua 2. Beverly Hill Chihuahua 2. And I don't know, Eric. Write in. Tell us. We don't know.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your name being said by Jerry in this episode
if you
somewhere.
like your name said more, rate some games. How about that?
Or just email us more often so that I recognize your name. You said several names on there I've never heard of before.
Well, now they're your friends.
They weren't in my face. They're not in our Facebook group.
Shout out to Eric. I think that's Batan. He's the guy who did a lot of work. He rated. He was in second place the whole time. Good job, Eric. He's probably not a listener.
But to say, these are probably just people you just like randomly.
I may have
snooped on their stats.
accidentally added them in. It may be. This might be some random dude. boardgamesnobs@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to this list of names. Until next time, we're going to be discussing
List of names.
We've had 5 episodes of names. Now we're listed people's names this episode.
Yeah, and then we're going to be at BGG. So if you're going to be at BGG Con,
We
let
will
us
be
know.
at BGG.
Not the
and
website.
Then next week, we're fixing to have on listener Tyler of Chicago.
Maybe, if he gets on. He might not get on.
Possibly. All right. Thanks for listening. I'm Gabby.
This is Jerry.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.